let's go. Welcome to the League of Trading.
Hello and welcome to episode 377 of the LeagueCast podcast. I'm your host, Nick the King Cooper. Joining me, Aiden Frost Rockarts.
Heyo, what's good?
And no Colton, because he decided that this was not as important as keeping his job, so...
He actually said, I hate League of Legends and our fans.
And you specifically. He mentioned you by name. Listener. No, he's busy with work training or whatever, dinner, I don't know. Something lame and not league related.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna go on without him, and we got an action-packed show. It might be a little short, but that's okay. We're gonna stick through this. And before we get into our weeks, where actually we have some pretty surprising news from Aiden that's been out of the norm for quite a while.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, not to blindside you. It's nothing like super exciting, I guess. We got a couple things we want to talk about in the news. Nothing really newsworthy, I guess. There were some things that happened from a not player perspective that we're not really going to be talking about, but that certainly happened for Riot Games. We got a roundtable question that I'm very excited to talk about because this is something I find super interesting. A cheese pick. Well, Colton's not here. There's no cheese. There's a cheese pick, dude. It's good. It's good. LCS news, and that'll be it. So, Aiden, how was your week?
My week was good. I played a lot of League. Probably more than both of you combined.
Probably. I think you played more League this week than I have in a week ever.
Welcome to being unemployed. Well, I still have a job, but I don't really have a job. And then being not in school anymore.
And actually enjoying the game.
Yeah, that's the real thing, though. I've just been playing Tom Kench Top. I don't think it's good. So last week's episode, what was it? Let me see what it was called. What was it? What did we call it again? We called it...
what was it? Tom Kench's... The Kench is finally benched?
The Kench is,
like
benched, yeah. So, I think we should name this week, the Kench is not actually that benched, but he's slightly more benched than he was a year ago.
But he's closer to the sideline.
Yeah, but he's now not benched compared to last patch, is what we should call that.
What if instead we say, or is he? And just leave it like that. We'll put up the thinking emoji.
Hell yeah. We'll figure something out. I feel like we're going to... Either way, it's probably going to be a play on that some way.
Yeah.
Because last week I said, and I quote, he is unplayable. I've since played 42 games of him on my main account and then 8 on my Smurf account. And so, okay. So here's my perspective. Think of it through my eyes. You are now Aiden from 1 year ago. You're a bright-eyed and bushy-tailed Tom Kench top lane one trick. Okay? You go into lane every game with your corrupting potion. You just run at them, you click on them, and you kill them. Every time, level 1. Life is good. Then Riot Games comes and removes 60 health off your character. Where were you when Tom Kench's kill?
Okay, that's not good.
So then he's unplayable because you can't take 60 health from a character and expect them to be good, surprisingly. And then 1 year later, so he's unplayable. I didn't play him like all last year since they removed his 60 health. And then last patch, gave him back his 60 health, gave him movement speed, increased his Q slow, which helps in ranged matchups. And then gutted his W. W is not an ability anymore. Just never use it. Like, honestly, you never use it in trades. You use it as, like, the only reason you use it in trade is to deny them damage, like when they have, like, an ability they're using. Deny them CC, or to when they're getting away, obviously. But in theory, all you want to do is just auto them and stun them as much as you can. You want to just use your Q like off cooldown, and then your W is like, hey, I use this when they're almost getting away, because it resets your passive, right? So W is not an ability anymore. E is good. R is fucking garbage level, like rank 1, but actually level 16 is gross. You can go the entire map from the middle of the map.
Yeah,
it's gross. You don't really reach that very often, but still it's really cool. Not that big of a nerf. Anyways, also there's a bug on him, which everyone on Reddit is like, haha, look, his win rate went up 3%. Fucking idiot normie Reddit analyst. Yeah, no shit, he has a fucking... I think a lot of that is the bug. The bug is fucked. So his QW combo, Q costs 50 mana, W costs 100. When you use your spit move, it only uses your W mana normally, which is fine. Because it refunds the rest. So not only can you when you're normally, not only can you not use the like grab them with your tongue and then spit them on the mini move if you don't have enough mana for both abilities, but it also costs 50 instead of 0. Right now it costs 0 because it refunds the entire amount, and also you can use it when you only have mana for the Q, which I think is what like the more fucked part. You can have 50 mana and use that combo right now, and it costs 0, which is silly to me. And I feel like that helps out in ranged matchups tremendously because you can just spit minions at them for 200 damage, which AoE clears waves. So anyways, I just wanted to give an update. He's not as shit as I originally thought. He is like almost playable, I think. I think he's bad into every single Conqueror champion in the game, which turns out Conqueror champions are the best top laners in the game right now. So there's a little bit of a problem there. But if Conqueror gets nerfed, I feel like he's actually going to be above average.
And you were saying he's also pretty bad into Vlad, right?
Well, yeah, I feel like every single character in the game is bad into Vlad. So I just ban Vlad every game, or if my team bans Vlad, then I ban Darius. But, like, you can't... So you can beat Conqueror users, it's just the fact that all of them are going to outscale you. Mm-hmm. Like, I can smash Riven, who's a Conqueror user, then she outscales me. I can smash Jax, that lane's super volatile, and then he outscales me. I can smash Aatrox, that character's a fucking nightmare in, like, team fights. As soon as he gets one kill, you just lose the fight, by the way. Okay. And then, like, everything else is kind of fine, I think, for the then obviously Darius, you literally can't win that lane. But it's just weird. I just feel like if Conqueror gets nerfed, he's actually going to be, like, above average, though. And I recommend people start picking him up because of that. And as soon as you get, like, a non-Conqueror lane, you actually just solo carry the game, though. Like, almost every game.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Would recommend, though. Well, maybe we'll do, like, a Metacaiser on him next week or something like that. Because I feel like I'm pretty knowledgeable for the most part.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Sounds good. Other than that, that's kind of all I did this week. I just really played League.
Yeah, you played a lot of League.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing for a League podcast.
Yeah, what about you?
Didn't play as much League. I did play a lot of Ranked this week, though, comparatively. Lost a lot of Ranked. I'm certainly negative on the week. However, I'm up in LP by a ton. So, yeah, I think over the weekend I went like, I don't know, 3 and 5 or something like that, and I'm in my series. Mm-hmm. So I'm up like either 14 or 19 LP, despite going very negative. Not very negative, but negative.
Hell yeah.
So to contrast that to last week or earlier this week when you're getting like, I don't know, +8 -15 or something like that. Plus 13 -30, right?
Yeah.
Something nuts. Which is weird. But yeah, otherwise I started my summer classes like almost immediately, and this one's a lot harder than I expected it to be. I thought it was going to be like a walk in the park, it's summer classes, who cares?
Hell yeah.
No, these are pretty challenging, so I'm chilling. But yeah, let's get into the show. Let's talk about the Rising news, where we have a couple not really newsworthy things, but just stuff we want to talk about.
Hell yeah. So the first thing is that a couple weeks ago, actually I don't think I mentioned on the show at all. I mentioned on our Discord a bunch. I noticed that I was going through speedruns.com, which is like obviously a website where people post speedruns for games and stuff. And then I saw League of Legends on there, and I'm like, what the fuck? What speedrunning League of Legends? That doesn't make sense, right? And turns out it's like a bunch of shit, like trying to beat the tutorial the fastest, trying to beat bots 1v3 the fastest, trying to beat bots 1v5 the fastest, trying to get 50 CS the fastest, right? Shit like that, right? And I saw one category where it's under the miscellaneous tab, and it's Trinity Rush. So it's trying to, in a bot game, get Trinity Force as fast as you can. And the timer was 4 minutes and 29 seconds. And I watched the VOD, and I'm like, hey, that's not very well optimized. I think I can beat that. So went at it for like 2 days or so. Theorycrafted the first day, played maybe like 20 games of the second day trying to get it, and I beat it. I beat it by a minute and 17 seconds, I think. So I'm like, hey, that was kind of fun. I feel like more people should try this shit. So what I want to do is see if our community can beat my time, or at least beat the second place time, which is 4 minutes and 29 seconds, or beat my time, which is 3 minutes and 12 seconds, to buy Trinity Force, which is a 3,700 gold item. So I'm putting a link in the description of this episode. It's going to be speedrun.com/lol/full game Trinity Force. It's under the miscellaneous tab if you just go to speedruns.com/lol. And you guys should try to beat my time. And I'm going to give you guys 2 weeks. So we're recording this on the 8th. So the 22nd of May, I want you guys to get the fastest time building Trinity Force in the bot games. All the rules are there. And the winner, whoever has the fastest time out of you guys, just put like leaguecast in your description of your like video when you post it to speedrun.com. I'm going to give a RP prize to. Probably like $10 RP or something.
Hell yeah. Do you have any kind of recommendations? So you play it in a bot game.
Yeah, the rules are, I'll read the rules real quick.
Okay.
These are listed on speedrun.com. It says, purchase the Trinity Force in a custom game on Summoner's Rift as fast as possible. You must be alone on your team, while the opposing team may consist of any number of bots and any variation of bots, using the in-game timer. That's the only rules.
That's all the rules?
Yep.
Nice.
So, obviously, you want to do stuff like maybe take TP, take Klepto, play a character that can obviously proc those very, very fast. You want to be farming bots as efficiently as possible. And yeah, you have to somehow manage to get 3,700 gold before buy time of 3 minutes and 12 seconds. I mean, I just want to see someone who has the fastest, like, even if you're not like, there's only 7 people who have this like listed. This says submitted speedrun. So I want to see someone with leaguecast in their description who has the fastest record. If you're the only one, then hey, you get $10 RP. But true. I feel like it's a lot of these records are very, very beatable, and it was actually a lot of fun to like theory craft how to do this the fastest. So I'll be checking May 22nd. I'll probably update if anyone's done it next week, which is the 15th, and then just like make sure that everyone's still aware of it, and then I'll see how it goes on the 22nd. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
It should be. Yeah, and if they want to take inspiration, they can view your VOD, right?
Yeah. You can view all the VODs from there.
So you can take some inspiration from there, see what Aiden did that you can do better, win $10. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right, and the second thing was the Dota Battle Pass, which is kind of, maybe we should do roundtable before we lead into this.
Sure.
Roundtables, yeah.
Okay,
this is related to the roundtable question.
Yeah. So last week's roundtable question was, what is the dumbest decision you've ever seen someone make in game? From our Facebook page, Cassie's at Ash Alt Minions, and when I commented, they responded with "and." It's still damage. Yikes! Did I ever tell you that I played in a tournament, a Lola tournament, where I was on? Like, it was just like, it was balanced team. So there's like a bronze player on my team because I was obviously the highest elo person in the tournament. And they got really fucking mad at me because I didn't Lissandra ult them in a fight.
Wait. Oh. Okay. So my first thought process was like, the enemy team said that to you.
No. My teammate was upset that I didn't Lissandra ult them in a fight.
I mean, why didn't you?
Everyone on my team it was so quiet after he said I don't think I've ever mentioned that. It was really funny, though.
That is so funny. What the fuck?
Oh, I feel bad for people like that. It was fun, though. Whatever. So Wyatt said, start Baron or Dragon with the enemy team in their base. No map awareness. Yeah, I've seen that before. Like, you try to, like, rush down an objective or something, and then you just lose the game. You're like, oh, cool. That's fun. And then last but not least, from our Facebook page, Alex said, melee range as AD carry. I feel like all my AD carries do that.
True. Sometimes it's hard not to.
I actually think it is harder than people give AD carries credit for. But holy fuck, dude, I feel like a lot of them don't know how to like micro very well.
It's certainly the hardest part of playing AD carry.
Yeah, I agree. From our Discord, What the Hey said, in general, you get Baron teams low and they try to fight and throw Baron, but a specific example is we get Baron, 4 of us die, my TF 80 carry makes it out, oh no, and then he clicks R and goes back in 1v2, and he knows and sees it's a 1v2. I mean, that story wasn't gonna end well no matter what with TF 80 carry.
Yeah, that's when it hit the speed bump.
Yeah. Guitar Guru said, "Oof, dumbest decision I've seen, time and time again is bronze players watching people like Night Blue and Night Blue 3 run really suboptimal things such as Soraka Jungle, for instance. Nick's a Soraka Jungle expert. While smurfing, and they decide they can pull off that exact same thing in their own ranked game, despite having a hard time when running something that is optimal." That's toxic.
Nice.
No, I agree though. I feel like some people do play like they'll see something on Reddit or see like someone make a video about something and then they try it just immediately ranked and then lose. It's pretty bad. Yeah. And last but not least, from our Discord, Broken Banjo said a few weeks ago, an Ashe invaded enemy wolves, died, jungler flamed her, so she tried to take his raptors, died again, and then stole red off him and AFK.
Sounds like a winner, dude.
Hold on, there's one more answer that I saw that's really good. It's from Joford. He just does blue Kane.
Every time Aiden plays Kane.
I go, okay, so it's kind of toxic. So I think
it's 100% toxic, by the way.
I think going blue Kane is reportable. I think you're trolling if you go blue Kane. Still haven't won a ranked game, by the way, this season with blue Kane. Won every single ranked game with a red Kane. Beaten every single blue Kane. Lost against every single red Kane. Red Kane has a 100% win rate with me and against me. Blue Kane has 0% win rate with me and against me, right? Why the fuck do people go blue?
Kane, right?
It's literally just so much better in every scenario. I don't.
Yeah, but Aiden, what Kane form do you go?
I go blue every single game.
Every single game. You still have not played red.
I still haven't played red. So it's like super hypocritical, but like I don't play it in ranked. Okay, I play it on Smurfs, but like that's different, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's so hypocritical, but it's so dumb. Yeah, Blue Kane is trolling though, I think. So this week's roundtable question is, what would you like Riot to include in their Dota style battle pass? We'll talk about the battle pass in a hot minute, or do you want to talk about it now before we answer?
I think we should the discussion part we should do later, but I think we should outline kind of big things. Let me pull it up. I think I can get most of the. Oh, this is gonna be so bad with all my clicks and stuff. Okay, so first things first. First, you purchase it. It's like this is so a battle pass in Dota is kind of like an event pass in League, except it lasts for months rather than for one event. This is kind of like their year-long thing. So it has a ton of quests, a ton of different ways to complete quests. In this particular one, they have like tower skins. They have different consumables for different effects, like on the map. They have different features for players with the battle pass, like helping you find a party better to play with, avoid a player list. They have like an Overwatch style MVP vote now. Different emotes, new loading screen, new Dota like plus assistant features, and that's what we're gonna talk about in just a second, along with some other things that they are including, but like new skins and spell effects associated with those skins. Let me see. They have a new map skin, a new new very high quality skins. I'd say like easily 1820 plus a legendary skin, which I don't know how much they cost now. And then things that I think will fall into this, like into my answer. They have chat wheels, right, with sounds that include like caster voice lines.
Hell yeah.
So I'm sure like most people know like it's a disaster. Like that one, you just do it, right? And you can play it for everyone, play it for just your team. And then there was one more thing. Where was it? Oh, and then there are like map effects that you can do. Like, so you can paint the river a specific color. Like, you can paint it with blood or with slime or have an electric or oil or no river at all. Like stuff like that. So yeah, I think my answer for this is honestly chat wheels. I've mentioned it before, but like having like the ability to say like the faithful shall be rewarded, like would be sick for a comeback.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be crazy awesome. How about you?
So I think what I would like for League, I don't even know, honestly. I just want it to not be shit. Is that like it's so far fetched to like have like a pass in League that's not just bad? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean this is definitely like a baby step direction because it's my opinion that the international like battle pass is by far the greatest value of any battle pass, like of any games that I have personally played.
Yeah, it is the best for sure. I would even be happy with like League going like you know how like PUBG or Apex and all the Fortnite have battle passes. I'd be even cool with League getting like a version of that because like I feel like they're never gonna reach Dota 2 like the international battle pass. Like I feel like that's just never gonna happen. So like even just having like a 1 to 100 yearly or seasonally battle pass for like League where you unlocked skins and chromas and shit like that would be so cool, dude. I just like would like some sort of like leveling over a full season. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think something beyond like one event, like oh, this is your progress over the entire course of the split. Like that would be sick, and you get these huge rewards that, I mean, granted, they lose money, but they make money by ensuring that their player base is actually playing their game.
That's the point, yeah.
So it's like a catch-22 of like, yeah, they put all these assets and time into it for $10, but at the same time, they're playing the game still.
Mm-hmm. And like the whole point, like I think Fortnite, like obviously was doing it like this the best, right? In the fact that yeah, it was $10, and that's really I guess some people bought like cosmetics in store and stuff like that, right? But like for the I think everyone who played Fortnite, like more than just like, hey, I'm gonna try it sort of thing, bought the fucking battle pass every season. So every 3 months they got $10 from like hundreds of millions of people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's such an easy like $10 is such an easy buy-in.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll say that the current battle pass, the current event pass for League, is worth like it costs more than the battle pass for Dota, and I feel like it is offering less.
Oh, of course. I mean, of course, it's offering
right
less.
away.
Yeah,
right away. Like it costs more, and you get less out of it. So it'd be nice to see like, I don't know, more of a move in that direction.
I would just like any sort of like progression over a season. That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm. And I think like the rank splits, good way to do that, to start out with that, right? Because you unlock like the cool armor part. I think you get an emote, right?
Yeah.
And maybe you get like a ward skin or something like that. But something more than that, something like I don't know. What if there was a skin for like, oh, next year is going to be the year of Ashe, right? Because everyone owns Ashe. Like everyone will get Ashe for free if they don't own her. And over the course, you get like a skin that will evolve with your rank, or will evolve with like specific checkpoints that you reach. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, you've done 100 missions this year. Here's like a cape or a cape color for Ashe, like something like that. Like that would be so sweet.
Yeah, I feel like Fortnite does a really good job of that. Having like just you get the base, like obviously there's a lot of skins that you get throughout the pass, but there's like the base skin that you get and that evolves over the season. I feel like
that'd be
you
super
could easily
cool.
do that with like League character. You could have one literally every split because there's now 3 splits per season.
Yep.
Get people to pay in $10-15 a split, $45 per player. I feel like it's a investment that most players are willing to make. You know what I mean? At least for one of the splits, and you get some cool shit out of it. Once again, I don't know if it's cost efficient compared to just selling skins for Riot, but once again, you're having your player base play and grind more games, which hopefully will then lead them to more purchases later.
Well, I feel like it has to, right? I don't think there is much of a chance of, if player base plays more games, sales either stagnates or decreases. I think it pretty much like how much your players are playing the game correlates with how much they're spending.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Like as a whole. So you get all these players playing the game, they see like, oh my god, I've seen like from a player's perspective, it's like, oh, I've seen so many Star Guardian skins. I've been on the edge. They look so good. Like I'm just gonna drop like $20 real quick. Like I don't know, that'd be super cool. But yeah, where can they send in their answers?
If you want to tell us what you would like to see Riot include in their Dota-style Battle Pass, you can hit us up on our Facebook page at Leaguecast, send us an email, mail@leaguecastpodcast.com, or come in and post in our Discord roundtable section.
Yes. So now let's circle back, sort of, to the discussion that we wanted to have earlier. One of the features that is in the Dota Battle Pass is kind of an assistant, like a player assistant, I guess. It provides like real-time information. I imagine pulling data from the like entire player base's games, and it'll do things like, if you want to stack a jungle camp, which is a mechanic you can do in Dota, you can basically get 2 jungle camps to spawn, 2 or more jungle camps to spawn in one area. So you pick a champion or you pick a hero with like big AoE, a way to farm them. If you're not clearing the jungle, it doesn't quite translate to League very well. But imagine your AD carry wants to take Raptors or Krugs or whatever, right? You would have your support stack the jungle camp so that multiple instances of Krugs spawn. And then you farm them all at once. You get a huge influx of gold, and that sort of thing. So there's an assistant that'll tell you when to do that, an assistant that tells you like where to ward, and that's been, Aiden, you were saying it's been a little controversial between players.
I think a lot of people are like playing it off as like it's really not that big of a deal, but there's some people who are like, this is like kind of riding an edge of like a slippery slope of what they should
kind of
include.
like a pay to win.
Yeah, not even the fact that it's a bad thing to have these things in the game, but it's a bad thing to have them as a pay to have feature
Behind a paywall. Yeah. So I think like the easy.
That's the wrong place to
That's
put
the
that.
wrong chat, bud.
That's all right.
I think the easy fix, and I mentioned this before the show, is disable it for ranked. That way, I think there's no unfair like pay to win advantage between the. So I think in the past, actually, now that I'm like remembering, I think there's a specific rank queue you can join to only play with other people who have the battle pass.
Huh.
And I guess the player base is like big enough that that's okay. Because I think it's worked that way in the past. I'm not sure if they're separate, like if it's battle pass ranked is different from normal ranked, like from a rewards perspective or anything like that. But I think that's the way they handled it in the past, which would be okay for me. Like if everyone has access to the information, then basically it's the same as no one having access to it.
Yeah, it's like the equivalent though of, you know, when League removed timer or added timers for jungle camps,
Yes.
or in Baron and Dragon. It's like, once again, same thing with stacking, right? You just know to pull camps at X time, right? Pretty simple mechanic. All that this pass is adding is a timer telling you when to do it, right? Similar to a timer telling you when camps spawn. So it's like if League added the timer thing for the camps, but only for people who paid $10 every 3 months.
That's actually such a good comparison. I think that's by far the best example in League.
Which is like, it's not the problem of the actual mechanic or the information being there. It's the problem of that's a weird thing to include behind a paywall.
Yeah, like this is important information that in all reality probably doesn't affect the outcome of a lot of games, but it's important enough that it can affect the outcome of any one particular game. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that works. I mean, I think the little browsing that I do on the Dota 2 subreddit, they're a very outspoken community, and if things aren't okay, they make sure that Valve knows they're not okay.
They're also very excited about this, though, so I feel like a lot of it is being overshadowed, right?
Absolutely. I mean, this is probably the second biggest like event of the year for Dota 2 players, behind actual like international itself.
What do you think
So-
about? So I just want to keep going through like some of their
Sure.
stuff. What do you think about their coaching thing that they added? Do you see that?
So I
at all?
saw that. I didn't actually like read through it. Could you explain like what it is?
It sounds like you queue up as a coach, and then you get a team of lower MMR players in ranked, and you get to coach them over comms, and then they rate you after the game.
So I know that there's a way to do that with a pre-made party, like inherently in Dota 2. But that's super cool. I feel like that would be really fun to do, like every once in a while and stream it.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome. Like, of course, you'd have to like I don't know, get their reward, or get their sorry, not reward, but their approval.
Permission. Yeah.
Yeah, but that'd be super cool.
Yeah, so I just want to keep going through a couple of these. What do you think about the avoid a player? So they now have in the Battle Pass a thing where I'm assuming this is for only people with the Battle Pass. After games, you can avoid a player, and it means you won't be matched with them again, ever.
So
That seems
it
problematic.
but it works that way in Overwatch, right? Can't you? And that was just like
you
part
can
of the population.
You can like request that they're not. It will like lower the chance. It will like try to find other people if other people are in queue.
but not completely remove it.
This code just completely removes them.
Okay, I mean, probably not a good idea, but I can't imagine it'll be used enough to actually make a significant increase to queue times. Unless, like, I don't know, the top ELO players, like if challenger players start avoiding each other, yeah, that's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, maybe that should cut off at a certain rank.
Yeah, I feel like it should definitely cut off at a certain rank. Because I feel like if this is in League, dude, I would just like avoid pro players.
Yeah, like why wouldn't you instantly like, oh, okay, if there's a chance that I'm being matched against like, if there's a chance I'm being matched against Bjergsen, I'm taking him on, like I'm putting him on the list.
I'm putting them on the list.
There's 0% chance it's happening.
Yeah. Like I a couple days ago on my main account, I played against a duo, Chinese Smurf duo, and got smashed by them. Would have avoided them because I played with them like a game later. I actually smashed him the game later, but like it was
nice.
it was like, man, those matches just feel unfair, right? So why wouldn't I want to not play against him? It feels like you're not using the purpose of it, right? It's to like get rid of like toxic people so that they don't flame you and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
that's definitely what it's for. But the fact that we instantly like both went to, okay, if I play against someone who's way better than me, I'm putting them on the avoid list.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so I don't have to get smashed again. That's an obvious flaw in the system.
What do you think about? So this is something that's like a returning feature. What do you think about their ranked double down? So once per week, with more chances available at higher battle levels, you'll have the option to double your potential MMR gain or loss for a match.
Ooh, I like that a lot.
I feel like it'd be. I feel like I don't know Dota obviously as much. I feel like if that was in League, dude, people would be so fucking toxic. You lost me my fucking double down.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess it. I'm not sure. I can't like make a statement about the overall community, but I definitely feel like those things would happen. It would almost like, could you imagine an entire team doubling down if there's a notification in chat like that the enemies know? Fuck, dude, that'd be tilting. You see the entire team like, we got this one, dude. That's nuts.
It's a cool idea. I feel like I would still like it in League. I just feel like it would create some not good behavior.
Yeah, but at the same time, you opted into that, like.
Oh, of course, yeah. You don't have to do
go
it.
for it. Yeah.
It's not like you can be mad about other people doing it either. So that's, I guess, the
that'd
better
be
way to
fun.
look at it.
I like that.
Hell yeah. What else? Is there anything else? Other than the physical rewards, which are cool as fuck.
Yeah. Okay, so there was a reward beyond 1,000. There's not much, but yeah,
There's
you
a
get
couple,
like
yeah.
you get like a statue of the equivalent of Baron, which would be super sick, and then a replica of like the whatever the trophy is for winning finals.
Yeah. That's cool, man. I was like reading some content like what people like normally get to level wise. People are like, just without like paying, you can get to like 200-ish, like not even playing like super a lot. Like it's pretty.
So
reasonable.
I bought it. I think I bought it 2 or 3 years ago. I think I got to level 25-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell you I didn't play more than 25 games.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I heard like people who just play the game as like their main game, but like don't. It's not like they were spamming it to level up. They were like, yeah, I got like 200 levels, sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And I honestly feel like it paid for itself like almost as soon as I bought it. So any actual playing in the rewards past that was like just extra thrown in.
Yeah.
But yeah, this
Cool.
has been kind of a lot of Dota 2 talk, which maybe isn't okay for a League podcast. But
I mean, it's interesting though. They're doing something really
Yeah.
well. So.
yeah, and I'd like to see League like take these ideas like you mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Let's move into the cheese pick, where I've got a spicy pick that I think is kind of hidden OP. It is Glacial Augment Singed. Now that
Okay.
doesn't sound like it sounds right. It's like but hear me out. So the by far the most common rune on Swain is Phase Rush, but I think Phase Rush is dog shit, right? And then you still have to go down that tree. That tree is kind of just okay. There's certainly like good things and bad things about that tree. It's not as good as other trees though. So I think you take Glacial Augment. You go either Boots or Stopwatch. You get the biscuits. You get Cosmic Insight, or you get Approach Velocity. I like Approach Velocity because you're going to be slowing all the time. You then go down the red tree. You get the the Igneous Hunter for for the item cooldown,
Yeah.
and either Ghost Poro or Cheap Shot. I think after they buff Cheap Shot, it's actually like kind of viable.
Mm-hmm.
But I would go Ghost Poro. You take Flash Ignite because you are losing a. I don't run Phase Rush. I would take like Electrocute or something like that, which is actually a damaging summoner. So I would take Ignite to replace that missed damage. You go first item, the Jalopy Spray. Then you go. You need Boots in there at some point. Sork Shoes, unless you're faced against like an all AD team or all AP team. And then you're gonna go. I would go Leandries, Morello, things like that, which gets me to what 5 items?
Mm-hmm.
Finish it out with something defensive, maybe like a Spear Visage. Wild card. You throw in Righteous Glory. Well, that's weird, right? It procs Glacial Augment. It'll proc it a bunch of time, and it's basically the same thing as Phase Rush. Plus, you get that HP, you get that mana, you get that cooldown reduction. I think it's good. I played it. It feels real nice. You basically get a guaranteed Eve route if you even proc it with just an auto attack in lane. So yeah. Glacial Augment Singed.
Do you think it's better or worse than just not Glacial Augment Swain?
I think it might actually be better.
Ooh.
He really can use the slow really well. So I think the thought process behind Swain right now is either you want to run fast enough that they can't get away, or with Glacial Augment, you want to keep them slow enough that they can't get away. So it's kind of like picking between, do you want to run fast or do you want to make everyone else run slow? So, yeah. Plus, I think GLP has a pretty good build path. You get to utilize that over something like a Rod of Ages.
I think GLP's really good.
I think so too.
Hell yeah.
Nice. So let's round out the show with some LCS talk. I guess MSI. We shouldn't keep referring to this as LCS, I guess. So we're not gonna talk about playing groups because I'll be honest, I didn't watch any playing groups. I watched some playing knockouts.
You just hate minor regions.
Hayden, how much did you watch?
That's not the point.
Oh, weird. 0.
That's not the point.
So we've got 3 teams advancing to the MSI group stage proper. Team, and then we're gonna spoil this. So, hey, Team Liquid 3-0'd Fangvu Buffalo to move into the group stage. That was the only series they had to play, and they looked pretty good. However, Fangvu not exactly the hardest competition. On the other side of the bracket, Flash Wolves 3-1 Vega Squadron, again, kind of the same scenario, the only league they had to play, and they looked really good. However, Fangvu... What?
Fucking Flash Wolves hasn't played anything, have they?
What?
Am I crazy? I don't think Fangvu's played anything. Let me say Fangvu, I meant Flash Wolves.
No, okay, so Team Liquid and Flash Wolves were like the sort of guaranteed into groups, but they had to win a series.
Are you sure? I feel like...
Yeah, do you want me to link you I can link it to you.
I feel like you're wrong.
No, I'm right. I'm looking at the...
I don't think you're right.
Yes.
Yes.
Team Liquid 3-0'd Fangvu to move into group stage proper. Flash Wolves 3-1 Vega Squadron to move into group stage proper. And then Fangvu, the loser of the first one, and Vega Squadron, the loser of the second one, played each other, and Fangvu moved on. However, that series looked a little sloppy.
How did I not know Flash Wolves played?
How did you not know Team Liquid played?
I knew Team Liquid played, yeah. I knew that.
Oh, okay.
I just thought that it was like... I thought it was Team Liquid won their game, and then Fangvu lost, so they had to play against Vega Squadron to like see the winner of that who got it. That's all I thought. I didn't know there was a Flash Wolves series somehow. That's weird.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I was so confused.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay.
So with those series being played out, we now have all of the groups, or I guess not all of the groups, all of the team in the group stage announced. We got Fangvu, SKT, Flash Wolves, G2, Team Liquid, and Invictus. We've talked about this, I think, for the past 2 episodes, but let's seeing as the group stage is actually happening before the next time, right? It's happening this weekend.
Yeah, it's happening starting Friday.
Let's go ahead and nail these down. So, who do we have at the top spot?
SKT.
You've got SKT. Okay, I've got Invictus, but
Okay.
I think it's close with SKT. I think it could go either way. It's 50-50.
You're just choosing them because they're the world champions. That's kind of biased.
I'm just a fan of the best League of Legends right now.
I think they're the best team because they just won the best league tournament.
I think they're the best team right now because they proved that they're the best team right now.
Yeah, so it's between those two, obviously, and then it's G2, and then Team Liquid, and then Flash Wolves, and then Fangvu.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's a pretty big drop-off between 1 and 2. I think G2 and Team Liquid are pretty close, and then there's a big gap between those two teams and Flash Wolves, and then Fangvu kind of just have looked like they don't exactly belong.
Yeah,
but we'll see. It'll be interesting. Finally, see some League of Legends play on an international stage again. Plus, there are gonna be some really hype matches. This is gonna be nuts.
Yeah, the first. So. Let's see the. It's called not called groups. It is called groups. Maybe.
Yeah, it is called groups. Yeah.
Why is there no schedule on this goddamn website?
You click on schedule, dude, at the very top.
Oh, it's not in standings.
Why is schedule under the schedule portion?
So it starts at 6 a.m. on Friday. So I'll watch
6 a.m. Eastern. Yeah.
I can actually watch. That's not unreasonable.
Ooh, I can actually watch 0 of the.
Ooh, as someone who is currently unemployed and out of school, this works extremely well for me. It's got. No, but I'll probably watch the first day at least. I'll watch probably G2, SKT, Flash Wolves, Team Liquid, SKT, Flash Wolves.
G2.
Yeah, I'll probably just skip out on the one Fangvu game. That's probably the only game I'll not watch. The Fangvu Invictus.
Are you gonna watch the last Fangvu as well?
Probably, because I want Team Liquid to win something.
That's fair. Day 2 though. Day 2 is where it's
pod,
at.
Yeah.
Day 2 is where it's at. Gonna be looking up for
G2
G2 and Team Liquid. Yeah, dude, it's the weekend.
Why? It's so early.
Oh, I might get up in time for that.
Yeah, maybe.
That'd be pretty pog.
It's nicely. So you wake up at 3 a.m., you watch Team Liquid SKT, then you get to take an hour nap while Flash Invictus happen.
Yeah. Then I can watch a game, then take another nap, then watch 3 games, and then go to sleep again.
Hell yeah, that's actually sick.
No, it'll be fun. So that'll bring us to the end of the show. Thanks for listening, and yeah, hopefully next week we'll have a patch to talk about, some more news.
Hopefully people will send us fucking emails.
Hopefully a specific co-host that I will not mention will actually do their goddamn job.
Showing up.
That's kind of ridiculous. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to call anyone out specifically.
So
we've just gotten multiple complaints about one specific employee.
Colton doesn't listen to the show, right?
No.
So why don't we start something between us and our listeners that we love more than he does?
Us and the boys that we love versus.
We need like some
the
sort
boy
of
that
reference, like some sort of like
Okay.
in-house joke.
Okay, I like. Okay, I'm really on board with this.
Like,
What can we?
I can't say that. Fuck.
What if we instead of a word, we just replace it with Colton,
What does that mean?
right? So like, for example, this is not one that I want to go with, but like, you're being real toxic right now. You're being real Colton right now.
That's too direct though, because we need
That's
people.
too direct,
We need people
okay.
to use it so he doesn't understand how it works in our general chat, right?
Okay.
So what if like, what if like, so instead of the word useless,
Okay.
we. No, I don't know how to do this. Fuck, I don't know how to do this. You guys send us an email. I don't know.
Wait. Okay. No. I'm on track. What if the word like, fuck? What's a more commonly? We did one that's pretty common, right?
Okay, yeah.
What about? What do we talk about in general chat?
What if like we talk like when one of your teammates are just so bad that you lose the game?
And you call that a blue basket?
You call it a BB.
really blue basket.
You
A
call it
BB?
a BB. Double capital B.
A BB. Okay.
BB or blue B?
Yeah. Oh, I kind of like blue B.
Blue B sounds really good though, right?
I like blue B. Yeah.
That's a real blue B.
Plus, that's way more like Colton specific.
So if you ever talk in general chat about your teammates feeding or like
Or
not
in
doing-
emails.
or like anything, just
You got a
refer to
real
it as a
blue
blue
bee
B.
situation
You got
going
a
on.
real blue B. If he listens to this, it's gonna be real bad.
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty bad. Colton, turn it off.
Turn it off.
This isn't for you.
This is for
You're
us and
ruining
the
everything.
boys.
All right. Hey, check us out on Twitter at LeagueCast and at LeagueCastFrost. On Facebook, we are at LeagueCast. On TeamSpeak, you can talk to us. ts.leaguecastpodcast.com, no password. Send us emails, mail at leaguecastpodcast.com. Tell us all about your Blue Bee situations. We want to hear all about it next week. Follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/bluebasket and at King Lardout, and support us on Patreon, patreon.com/LeagueCast. Closing thought, hey, get that $10 money by getting a faster time than Aiden.
Or like just the fastest time.
Or the fastest time, yeah.
Hell yeah.
True. Yeah, thanks for listening. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.